Good morning or good afternoon or good evening here for this video update on Bitcoin lower time frame, higher time frame live from Pro Traders Launch. My name is Michael or when sailing. I'm live here from my boat on the Bahamas and I'll dive right into the nice pump that we had here on Bitcoin. So we got a really nice move to the upside. We got some really nice longs we took inside the pro launch with our traders, getting them live in time on sessions or prepared setups that we shared with them. 11% move so far. This was also a swing setup I gave out on the swingers session on Sunday, 2 weeks ago actually. And let's see where we are here on the higher time frame first before we dive into lower time frame action, because higher time frame, and especially here spot on Coinbase, always tells us a story and a story worth watching. So let's see where we are here firstly with a volume perspective, because what you always should look for is very simple volume. You can see here we got a huge volume spike, huge sell into this low, and from that on we pumped out. This was also something that I mentioned here with you on a public live stream, but it's really important also to understand the whole context of volume and why it's so simple and you can get so much out of it. So if we check out the big volume spikes here, you can see a huge one here. We got to move to the upside. You can see volume spikes here. We got to move to the upside. Excessive selling again here into the low, huge move to the upside. And if we zoom out here, we can see really a trend here where the major reversals took place. So if we look at another really nice indicator that I'm always interested to look at, the VWAP bands here, and we use them from the beginning of time. So basically putting an anchored VWAP here from the beginning of time and pulling bands over them, we can also see a slight trend here. So we can see how price deviates out of the bands, rotates above the bands to a new all-time high here, and then comes into the bands, basically goes below the anchored VWAP here, uses some time here, and then pushes up again. We can see that again here. It goes to the upper side of the band and then back to the VWAP bands here. And every time here, either at the lows or at the lows here, you get excessive selling into the VWAP or below the VWAP and a push up from there. And that's also what I mentioned to everyone already in the pro launch a few months ago, that this low here is detrimental here to get up for higher prices here with Bitcoin. But you can also see that this pattern here is repeating. So basically we are pushing above the bands here, again here pushing above the bands, coming back in, grinding along, and getting back to the anchored VWAP from the beginning of time here on Bitcoin. And then what happened? We pushed out of it again. We got excessive selling here into the low. We pushed out of it again. And if we think about how the pattern played out, so basically we have this move here. Let's switch that off. We have the same move here to the upside, and then it moves down. So we come back below us, we come back below the anchored VWAP here, and then we push up again, and then we get back down to the VWAP. So if we think about history is repeating itself, it might well be, no one knows, but we can look for those patterns and we can be aware of those patterns, because we got similar selling into the lows here, got the push to the upside, and so far we did not get all too many longs yet at those highs. So even if we look at volume, you can see that we did not get all too many long spikes here at the highs, signaling a major reversal. So it's time, even if we are at the high, still to think that we are in a bullish uptrend. Really important, because so far we did not lose any key levels, we did not change market structure, and that is really important if we want to see some changes. And then again, let's see, we pushed out of the bands again and we came back into the bands. We deviated below the anchored VWAP from the beginning of time basically, and then we started to push up again. So where would our next key reversal be here from the higher time frame perspective? It's around here at those highs. So if we continue the trend like we did here, after we reclaimed the anchored VWAP, for example, we could very well get up to 50k from here and then get a move to the downside again, test the anchored VWAP again, and let's see where we get then. But again here, keep this in mind, while we are still uptrending here, the preferred trades are still longs. Here on the Bitcoin pair, and it's really important to not short the uptrend too early and to not short all too crazily just because you would like to get into a trade. So really important, always wait for the higher time frame market structure change or wait for some confirmation in order to get into a trade. So if we look here now, this was the swing long that was given out in the pro launch. You see so far we made an 11% move from it, and we still have levels above us. So levels above us really important. First of all, we have the liquidity from here, and we have the yearly equilibrium. So if we are going again on the higher time frame here, and if we see what is going on here with the yearly candles, basically we can see if we pull the previous year equilibrium here, 0.5, we can see we went back up, nearly tapped the previous week equilibrium, and then made our move to the downside. So locally, this is a key level for me to the upside. If we do the same pull here, we can see that we are still a little bit away from it. So this is why this previous year equilibrium here is key for me to reach. So I would really like to get up to 31,800 here on Bitcoin in order to get into a short position for a day trade or a potential swing trade. Overall, again, don't just short here blindly because we are pushing up. It is not worth it. You always need to see some confirmation, some aggressive longs into the highs, or some kind of market structure change. Now let's dive into a little bit deeper here. Let's see what is the volume telling us here with the volume profiles on those pushes up. You can see here we got impulsive yesterday. We were live at a session. We wanted to catch a long from around here. We got a little defender here. Unfortunately, we never got the retrace, but Bitcoin still continued to pump upwards and in the direction we wanted it to go. So far, we are still continuing the pump. Also today, I think we got a really nice daily open tap. If we check the daily open, we can see we basically opened the day, went back into the daily open, and then continued to pump on from there. So locally, really important. Don't just blindly short here. Wait for some reaction or wait for higher levels. Really simple. I would still love to see a little bit higher up, to be honest, here on this little push to the upside. Really important. If we zoom out again, let's get into the 1 hour time frame again. Let's see where we are here from a volume perspective, because again we ranged here at the lows, we pushed up again. You can also see we dumped down here, we pushed up again, we are back here into the value area low. We did not enter the range here yet, but if we do, if we reclaim the value area low here, you can be sure to push the price up here to the point of control and ideally to the value area high. But we still have on a higher level up here, and I think, where is it? Let me see here. A really important level for me and a key level for me here at 36.96. Got a little defender here that was not tapped yet, so some aggressive sells here that are defending the level, and that's a level I would like to see again tapped for a potential short. So why would I look for a short here? Really important. This could be a first sign of market structure change if we get it. So if we get up here, if we get the reaction around this defender level here, we could make our move to the downside and get into a trade with a very low risk. So really important here. If we think, where is invalidation? If we don't push through, invalidation is above the high, and then we can look into a good risk reward trade here at the highs to short. I will never short here in the middle of the impulse. It's really important. I will not get into this game because you will get wrecked very soon. You will lose more than you win. You will also not see me longing up here because after an 11% move here from the lows, definitely not longing the highs ever. You're always looking for longs at the lows and shorts at the highs. And I want to see a reaction here. So if we get up to this level, I would like to see a reaction into this defender level with some aggressive longs into it. And then I'm willing to short it, or I would like to see some bearish CBD dips here. So let's see how that looks like. So let's close that down. Let's see, we got some aggression here already. over the last few days. But as you know, we are not using speed of waves for trending days or trending moves. We are using it for ranges. So let's see here where we are with CVD. CVD again here at the lows. If we look back here over the last few weeks or even months, we always had bullish CVD diffs on all the retraces that we got, and we never took out market structure. So similar here also today. If we check from this low to this low, for example, still bullish CVD diffs here all over the place, and a really nice push to the upside. And now let's see if we get back up to the level. We have another confluence here with this VWAP close around 3600. So we got the VWAP close, we got the liquidity here, and we got the defender that is a little bit higher up here. Really important levels here all together. And so far CVD does not look all too convincing to give us some bearish CVD diffs here, so I would be cautious here and only take this as our scalp short in the beginning. If we get the aggression here, if we just continue to push through, again, don't take the trade and wait for higher levels. Really important, you know the higher levels here for me. So this is the local scenario, local scalp short position, local scalp short, shorty it is. And the more important trade for higher up here, let's take that away again. Higher position trade is above us with the previous year equilibrium and the liquidity that we have. So keep an eye out. If we grind up here, if we break through the levels here, make sure to wait for 31,800 at least. Let's see if we zoom out. We still have some liquidity here that we need to mark out and that we need to be aware of, which is the high here. So 23,200. If we wick through it and reject there, take the liquidity above it and then go down from here. So that's basically also the swing short idea. And my next bigger play, if we are getting, this was the long, if we are getting up here, get to the previous year equilibrium, take the liquidity here, swing failure it, and then get a bigger swing trade here to the downside. And yeah, let me quickly check a few more things here before I kick it off and leave you back to trade. Really important here for everyone outside and everyone that is new. Inside the Pro Launch, you get access to the coaches channels with high time frame, low time frame ideas and setups, with Elliott wave counts from our legend, and we have an amazing community that is really active all the time and shares their insights about price data and how Bitcoin or altcoins or stocks are ticking. So let's see again here very locally, very quickly, a few more aggressive traders coming in here, nothing too crazy yet. Let's see if we have some other levels here. Still a few more longs coming in here, CVD going up and price going up too. So don't get all too crazy yet to short here. Let price calm down, or let price action calm down, and then wait for the shorts a little bit higher up if we get the reaction there, or let's take out the liquidity on the higher time frame. I will not give you a setup here for a long trade because I would never open a long trade or a day trade up here after all the upside move that we got. So this was the retrace. If you missed it, join the launch, you will get the exact low here that we got. I think we also had a VWAP close down there that was given out to the launch. Let me quickly check if I can still find it here. If we zoom out a little bit, if we select a few more days here, really important here on the low, you can see the VWAP close from the day here, 28th of 3rd, extended all the way over here, and we tapped it perfectly. This was also a really important level for a lot of other pro traders inside the launch. And when we approached it, I told everyone, listen, we have some really aggressive sells going into this level here, and it's time to long. So it's really important to watch order flow live in time. If we zoom back here, for example, when we were not trending, I think it was the low here. Here we are. You can see here aggressive sells into the low, negative delta, and from there we simply pushed up to where we are now. So really important, get those insights, get those levels live in time. Join the Pro Traders Launch now, and you will be on top of this game and learn how to do it yourself. It's really important. I also told that to everyone on Twitter. Basically, don't follow other traders because they are good and are providing signals. You need to learn it. If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Really important. And this is also with trading. You need to be able to read order flow yourself or the levels yourself. You need to be able to draw the order blocks yourself. You cannot just rely on others to be successful in trading. And with that, I will thank you all for watching. It would be great to leave a comment or a like, and I will see you all in the Discord or live here on YouTube for our next session. Thanks a lot, everyone, and have a good day.